Hello and welcome. I'm Wolfgang Riebe and these are my quick tips. Now often people come up to me and they ask me about my life and what it's like as an inspirational speaker. And I've got to say it's awesome because I meet so many wonderful people and have such great friends all around the world. And you know, one of my favorite quotations appears right at the beginning of one of my books called Discover Your Magic. And it says, "A man travels the world in search of what he needs and returns home to find it." Isn't that great? It's by a gentleman called George Moore. And I continually search the World Wide Web daily in search of insights and quotations which I want to share in my daily inspirations with my subscribers. When in fact just the other day I found some of the best insights right here at home, next door. You see, my neighbor Jim last month he shared with me a PowerPoint that he put together for an interview, and wow, did he have some great ideas. So I just built on them and adapted them a bit and want to share them with you, and thanks to Jim for that. You see, we live in a world today where everyone is materialistic and conscious of what the neighbors see and think about you. It's all about status, materialism, social and intellectual issues. The world has really become a sad place if you think about it. Or has it? Or have we just become conditioned sheeples, sheep and people, and part of a huge conspiracy campaign to keep us stupid? I don't really think so. But I have to agree that big corporations and governments and the mass media have all influenced public thinking. There's absolutely no doubt about it. However, and here's the crux of the matter, we as individuals have also allowed this to happen. You see, it's called taking responsibility for your own life, and many people don't want to do that. Some people call the masses the unenlightened or the uninformed majority. Those that don't like this want to say it's discriminatory. Yet, believe me, there's a lot of truth in the statement. Why? It's easy. You see, most people have allowed themselves to be manipulated and brainwashed. Others are not even aware that this is happening. How sad is that? However, I think that for the majority of people, this has actually affected their self-belief and confidence. So today I want to share with you some, what I call put-down statements that have been made to famous and prominent people worldwide. And those statements should never have allowed them to become famous, yet they did. You see, because they never let everyone around them rub off their negativity and break down their dreams. One gentleman was actually fired from a newspaper for deficient imagination and the lack of original ideas. How sad is that? Can you guess who it was? The one and only Walt Disney himself. And he was the man that said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, and that is the crux of the matter. Most people today just allow themselves to be manipulated. They don't have the courage to follow their dreams and stand up and say, I can do it. How sad is that? But you can change that. Do you know that another inspiring human being never spoke until the age of 4? And during his school career, the teachers actually told him that he would never ever achieve anything in life. Do you know who that was? Albert Einstein. You surely put them in their place. And he had a great saying that went, imagination is more important than knowledge, because knowledge is limited and imagination circles the world. I can imagine myself doing great things. For some of you, these examples may not seem that extreme. So how about taking it up a notch? Imagine your fiancé leaving you and you having a nervous breakdown and then being defeated not once, not twice, but 8 times in elections. That's enough for anyone to give up, or is it? Wasn't for Abraham Lincoln. He was that very man, and he became the 16th president of the United States. You see, his philosophy was success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Isn't that just awesome? And one of my most surprising stories I read about was a woman that was told that she was not suitable to be on television, and hence she was demoted from her job as a news anchor. And guess what? Today, she's one of the most influential women in the world. Yes, it's the one and only Oprah Winfrey. What about Madonna? In her 50s, still looking awesome, as ever. Many criticize her, But has she ever listened to those people? She is another example of someone that's living their dreams because of her philosophy. And that is, a lot of people are afraid to say what they want. That's why they don't get what they want. Makes you think, huh? Kudos to you, Madonna. And then what about the young man that dropped out of college? And at the age of 30 was actually forced out of his own company, which he started. Then, it doesn't stop there. At the age of 47, he was diagnosed with a pancreas neuroendocrine tumor. And yet he carried on building one of the most successful empires in the world. And he only resigned months before his death simply because of illness. It could only have been the one and only Steve Jobs of Apple. And the commercial that put Apple on the map were these words by Steve Jobs. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, you can disagree with them, glorify them or vilify them. But the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Wow! How crazy are you? I know I'm crazy. In my keynote, Discover Your Magic, I always mention a quotation by a gentleman that was told that he would never amount to anything in school because he was too stupid, and that he should go into a field that suits his, listen to this, pleasant personality. I don't know if the name rings a bell, but he's known for having said, I've not failed, I found 10,000 ways that don't work. It's the man that invented the incandescent light bulb and was the founder of General Electric. It's the one and only Thomas Edison. Have you ever sent a manuscript in and hoped to become a famous author? Are you an undiscovered author? Imagine being rejected not once, or even 10 times, but 27 times. I don't know anyone that would submit a manuscript that many times. But guess who did? Theodore Zeus Geisel. His full name may not ring a bell, but he is one of, if not the biggest selling children's author in the world. And the man behind it, Cat in the Hat. The one and only Dr. Zeus, who so aptly said, why fit in when you can stand out? My all-time favorite quote of his is, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. So where are you steering yourself? Imagine being a qualified engineer and being interviewed by the Toyota Motor Car Company and turned down for the job. And to take it a step further, you actually can't get any work anywhere, and the only option you have to try and make a living is to start your own company. This is exactly what Soichiro Honda did in 1948. Today, Honda Motor Company is one of the most successful car manufacturers in the world. In my mind, his most powerful and insightful quote, and my favorite quote is, success is 99% failure. Wow! Finally, imagine a group of young men comes to you and were told, and this happened, they were told by Decca Recording Studios that they have no future in the music business and their sound did not appeal to the recording company. I think today, even the new leadership of this company are kicking themselves for what their predecessors did, because this group was no one else than the Beatles. In fact, John Lennon's aunt, Mimi, still said to him, that guitar is okay, but you'll never make a living with it. Huh? Need I say more? If you really wanted to think about life, do yourself a favor and listen to the words of John Lennon's song, Imagine. Wow, how deep. My message to you in this video is that no matter how much someone puts you down, insults you, or tries to smash your dreams, you and you alone are the only one that can allow them to do so. These examples on this video just go to prove that self-belief is the key to success. There are a few of hundreds. Remember, Each and every one of these people had a dream, and they all started with zip, zero, nothing. They all failed, and none was satisfied with their past performances. But one thing they did differently is that they did things their own way, and they became legends. What is stopping you? I'm Wolfgang Riebe. I'll see you next time.